Welcome to Help with Natalie Cuomo, the podcast about a girl who just can't help herself.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Help with Natalie Cuomo. I am so amazing today. I am here in studio with the lovely Paul, as always. How are you, Paul?
What's going on?
Oh, my God. I have got all this garbage on the bench.
This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing to watch.
It's embarrassing.
That kind of clutter. Oh my God, I get yelled at. I get in trouble if I was you.
By whom?
I don't know. It feels like everyone in my life. I feel like I went straight from my parents to my wife. I would just get in trouble for that kind of clutter.
I wish I had parents or a wife.
I'm actually, dude. The father in me wants to scold you right now for not cleaning your shit up.
Scold me.
Don't say no. You said in a weird way.
Yeah, dude.
I can't follow through on that.
Anyway, I'm joined in studio today by the amazing Tim Butterly.
Hello. Thank you for the invite.
And the incredible Brian Six.
Hey, how are you? Thanks for having me.
You might have noticed I'm staying above water. I'm fine. I've got my friends here to keep me company.
You got your guys.
I've got my guys. So
Are those Beanie Babies?
these are Animal Crossing villagers.
Huh.
Are they licensed or Chinese knockoff?
They're licensed,
see the
all
Dude,
right.
I watched that documentary.
Which one?
Fucking wild. Beanie Babies.
No, I didn't.
You've really
Were you alive for
Wow.
Beanie Babies?
I was alive. I had Hope, the one that...
You were little though.
Yeah.
When the Beanie Babies were around, right?
How old do you think I am?
26.
27.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you were little for Beanie Babies. Were you looking at those like that's my future? Did your parents get you hyped on them?
My parents didn't get me hyped on anything. They were like, read books.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that seems...
Well, I thought
And I was like, I'm 2.
Wow.
I thought we were getting a beach house because of Beanie Babies, and we
the Philly dream. It's like, yeah, one with cash easy.
We lived in a dilapidated row
Wildwood.
home, and every time my mom came in with a Beanie Baby, I was just
Quit
like,
bragging,
God
dude."
damn, dude, I'm adding a fucking infinity pool. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then that ended up fun.
Damn. Well, I love Animal Crossing. I'm kind of building my own personal village. It sucks because it's kind of a world building game. And last night I was putting all this energy into organizing my game. You guys are looking at me like I'm crazy.
I follow. This is
I
half
don't
my
know the game. I'm not familiar with Animal Crossing.
This is most of my conversations with my wife because she's obsessed with it. My wife runs our family schedule around Animal Crossing events happening.
Yeah, and Brian said that Animal Crossing is present in his household as well.
No, I did not.
You said your girlfriend loves this game.
My girlfriend definitely doesn't play this game. Have you ever met my girlfriend? She might hit him.
That was G Mike.
Oh, that was G Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's girlfriend loves this game.
Well, sorry, Brian. What
No.
about yes-anding me? Huh?
Well,
You invited an expert in nah instead of yes and so
Well, this
No.
is good. This is good.
I'm not familiar with the game, though.
Okay, so basically it's a game. It's kind of like you create your own. It's like The Sims, but fun.
Okay.
yeah, you have to build a bunch of cabins for helpless animals, and they're all kind of mean to you sometimes.
But then it's kind of like, wait, I should be organizing my own house. I should be decorating my own room. I should be doing my own laundry. I should be planting my own trees.
I agree.
So I'm here today to do that and to ask you guys the best advice you've ever received.
Do you want to go now? Do you want to just get into the advice?
That would be a good thing to do, I think.
I think Brian had a really good one.
That wasn't what I was going to say, but
All right, hit him with a fake one then.
I mean, what, yank your head out of your ass? I heard that on a very early age and a lot after I grew up more.
Okay.
It's a guiding
Pretty
principle.
standard dad advice or like male advice in my family.
I've never gotten that.
Yank your head out of your ass. The good thing is it's good for any situation
So
that you're an asshole in.
is that really the advice?
No.
Okay.
I was just joking out there, but I mean, that is technically advice from my dad.
I've definitely said that to every boyfriend I've ever had.
Yeah.
But what's the real best advice you've ever received?
My dad always said that unless it has something to do with your family, close circle of friends, or your money, don't put your nose in it. And I've always tried to stick to that. He's like, you're going to welcome problems that have nothing to fucking do with you.
What were the 3 things it was allowed for? Your family?
Go Birds. Bobby Clark.
No, it was your money, your family,
In that order. Your family, your close circle of friends, and your money.
and your money.
Oh my
In
God.
that order. If it doesn't have anything to do with that, fuck them. Don't put your nose into it.
Wow, your dad sounds like a criminal.
I mean, not him.
Did he get into cool shit?
When he was younger.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy, though. Other family members.
Did you take this advice?
I try to. It's tough, but, especially in today's world where you can see everyone's fucking life.
You know what pisses me off the most? It's that, like, okay, so I just went through a breakup, obviously, right? And
What?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. And I feel like everyone is sticking their nose in my business, but not in, like, the way of, like, oh, my God, Natalie, you went through a breakup. Are you okay? Like, probably 2 people have done that. Everyone else is like, you went through a breakup? Tell me the juicy gossip.
What happened?
And it's like, it's so fucking rude. And I just wish I could have a little Tom Nook of your dad and press the button and say that.
Yeah.
You got to check out your friends, man. If that's the kind of treatment you're getting.
Friends, acquaintances,
they might
people.
not be your real friends,
Fuck, I'm looking around
In
me
this
and-
business, crazy.
Yeah, they're
This business.
In this biz.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have to understand that that's everyone's natural reaction, though.
Yeah, they want to hear everything except.
Like when someone dies on Facebook, and you're like, "Wow, I have 5 or 6 hours to dedicate to figuring out how."
Yes,
Oh, man.
and you do it by
I was
yourself.
just talking about
It's
that.
always just heroin, but
I
still.
always just want to ask in the comments what happened.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah, then you start Googling the obituaries, but you put the work in, and that's how you get the answer.
Yeah. So you should have an obituary for your relationship.
Wow, what would it say?
You tell me. I don't know. Give us the juicy
Cut
details.
the head
and we'll
off
write
the
it.
snake.
Yeah.
It would be only for close friends, family, and dollar bills to read. So
Don't you think it would make great content if you revealed some details? Don't you think you get a lot of views on this if you were like, okay, here's the deal, and you hit your good friends?
are we good friends?
And I mean,
you
are
don't
we
even
not?
know what Animal Crossing is. How could you be my good friend?
Is that a requirement? Do all your friends
Maybe it's
know
more like
Animal
family.
Crossing?
Actually, that's a great point. I don't think it is close friends. Maybe it's more like family. Your family doesn't know about Does your dad know about Animal Crossing?
Is my dad a good example?
Is he?
Why don't you tell us? Why don't you tell your boys?
Let us know.
You guys my boys?
We're your boys.
We're talking in circles now. Do you want the views or not?
I do want the views. Maybe in about 30 minutes, I'll reveal some juicy details if you stick around.
What if 2 of Lewis's boys were very sympathetic to you while you like? just
Wait, so now you're
completely shit
his
on it?
boys?
Make up your mind.
Get out of this fucking house.
Holy shit! You are a high level girlfriend. If that's the way you're running the argument, that's nuts. That's tough to keep up with.
Totally.
No, I'm very chill, relaxed. I have my,
You just yelled your headphones off.
I yelled my headphones off. That was a first for this podcast. I've had a really shitty morning, and I'm just trying to hide it, but it's not working.
Well, what happened? Why don't you tell your best friends about it?
You really have like the best. So actually, I was driving looking for parking, and I saw you walking.
Oh, how was I
across
doing?
the street? You were doing so
Not
good.
looking for parking.
You were doing so good. You were walking.
How was my stride? Because I was feeling good walking here.
You were not wearing a jacket. You were just wearing the sweatshirt.
Yeah.
I just wanted to roll down my window and go, "Hey!"
That's so fucking. You might have just saw me on the nicest walk of my life.
It was so nice, and I was like, "That's gonna be my friend."
Yeah, you can feel it. Everyone, dude, there's no one wearing masks today. It's like 70 degrees. This is the best. This is the best day, maybe. Who knows? 2 years.
Yeah.
And everyone was smiling. I was smiling back.
I wasn't. I was having a bad morning.
Well, get it in gear, man. Chill.
Yeah.
What?
Take your head out of your ass.
Did you say what happened in bed? Why was
Cut
your
the
morning
shit.
bed?
My morning was bad. It's just a bad morning.
You got to open up, man.
I will.
You're
but
so
you guys,
you're so guarded.
I'm so guarded.
Yeah, let it out.
I think this is probably the.
You don't want that
I
stored
would
up.
say this is maybe the biggest problem in our friendship. Is you're so fucking guarded.
I've been saying it for years.
Were you just signaling to your producer? Are we
Did
prying
you just
too
give us
hard?
to wrap it
You
up?
didn't see anything.
What the hell?
Did you just give us to wrap it up?
What?
Did you just give us the light? Are you ending the episode early?
You guys are bombing right now. I'm kidding. I love you guys. I feel like here's the other cool thing about Animal Crossing, which might make you more interested. And yeah, every episode's about this game.
Oh, it
and
is?
yeah, I'm not sponsored by them. And yeah, I just started playing it 2 months ago. But listen,
Did
I thought you were
play
going
games
to go
before that?
deeper with those sentences. Like, yeah, and yes, I know where the developers live.
I want to fuck the. So the whole game is about this dog. and you want to make your island good enough for him to perform.
Oh, he's Pitbull. It's Pitbull.
His name's KK Slider. Can you pull up a picture of him, please? KK Slider. He's got these big bushy eyebrows. He's a sexy
I looked directly
dog.
at myself on the monitor, thinking that I was about to see this dog.
And
I was
you're
like, wow.
ooh. And the whole thing is you keep checking in with the people that run the town to see if your island is good enough for him to stop by and do a concert. It's actually kind of fucked
Mr.
up.
Worldwide.
It's kind of fucked
You're trying
up.
to win the fucking Pitbull contest at Walmart.
There he is.
Wow.
And that's everybody's. Gets that
Everybody tries to make it nice enough for him, for KK.
Damn.
okay.
Can you imagine when he hits that island, how much pussy he gets?
He's getting mine.
He hits him with the acoustic jams.
It's literally
They've been waiting. They're probably coming the second he walks on stage. They've been waiting. They're anticipating it.
I have a cute little heart bed in a big bedroom, big enough for the two of us. I want him to sit on the edge and play me a song. That's literally all I want.
Well, yeah, I mean, is that I've watched my wife play a lot of this game, and it doesn't seem to be any
Does she
rhyme or reason to what she's doing.
Does she have KK Slider on her island, or you're not?
She's run the credits like a bunch of times. You know what I mean? Like the credits roll after he plays this song, I guess.
Okay.
I've seen that. I don't know.
So you have just become a partner on Twitch.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not really a big deal.
That is a huge deal.
Big deal about it.
Yeah. Is that
Sound drop, Paul. Sound drop.
He's asleep. Wake him up.
Paul,
Gotta give me a second. I gotta pull up a soundboard.
you can make it. You can do it by yourself,
Correct.
like with your. Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing.
What does partner require?
You have to stream 12 days in a month
Okay.
for at least 25 hours total,
Okay.
with at least 75 people watching.
What's the benefit
On
of it?
average.
It just shows that you have.
They give you a check mark. They like feature you on the front page, and
Oh, nice.
yeah. Well, this is already better. I tried to explain this all to my dad, and he was just like, "Oh, cool." He had no idea what I was fucking talking about, but
It's like, why
it's a
don't you
big
get a
deal
real
for
job?
me. Yeah, right.
It's the same thing with my mom. I had a really good night the other night, and I told my mom, and she's like, "Cool," and I'm like, "No, Mom, it is cool," and she's like, "Okay," and I'm like, "No, it's good."
Did you give her any details though?
I did, but it's hard to explain this to people
I
that
know.
don't understand it.
I know,
But that's awesome.
but you also don't open up. So I was wondering if that was the real
I
problem.
do open
You have
up.
a hard time communicating.
Yeah, you're right, Tim.
We're like your mom, and
You look just
you're
like
keeping
her.
us on the outside. Anyway, thank you, because I worked really hard for it, and it was like a real serious goal of mine.
A lot of people in my Discord love your Sunday coffee streams. You want to tell us more about those?
Yeah, no, we just everyone throws on robes and grabs coffee on Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern, and we I don't know, it's like just 2 hours of fucking chilling, and the chat is the fucking man. They're so fucking funny, and I don't know, we play video games sometimes, and we just mostly talk shit, and it's just fucking a cool place where no one's a dickhead. Can you imagine?
That's why I love it, because no
Can
one's
you
a
imagine?
dickhead. It's literally just be nice. If someone's a dick, they're immediately out. That's my favorite thing about Twitch. It's literally a positive community. And for some reason, this world has become a sick fucking place where a positive community is hard to find. And it makes me sad.
You're telling me.
It's
you know?
very sad. That's why I love Twitch. I'm on Discord 24/7 talking to these people because it's the only place where people are just nice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, there's snakes out there too, but
I know.
Because if you have a positive and cool chat, that's a credit to you. You did that.
Right.
That's cool.
I truly believe like your fan base is just a reflection of you and like what you put out there.
Yeah.
So
How's your channel?
it's really positive. It's really awesome. Yeah, everyone's super loving and supportive.
You meant your numbers. How's your channel doing?
My channel
Well,
numbers.
no, you said you started way less than him. Like you've been doing it way longer, right?
Yeah, I've been doing it way longer, but she jumped on and was like instantly. I don't know what it is, what the difference is, but it took me like a year and a half to get to where Nat started. And I'm just like,
I mean-
what the hell?
She's a hustler.
Yeah, that must be it.
Yeah.
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 I couldn't pinpoint. I was like, what's the difference?
Listen,
Nat jumps on day one.
do you know how frustrating it is when people are like, "Oh, you just have what you have because bleh."
Yeah, I know. I'm
I
messing
work
with you.
hard too."
I've seen it. We're your best friends. You think we don't see the effort that you're putting into
You
this?
know, you'd think that although best friends bust each other's balls, they also say you work hard. I give you a hard time, but
You don't get a lot of that, do you? From your other friends.
I don't have friends. Actually, I do.
I think that's becoming clear.
Mwah.
I'm sorry. Sorry things are going that way.
Tim, what's the best advice you ever received?
I don't know, because your advice should be tailored to your audience. Is there any area in your life you're looking for advice in?
I want the thing that you've been thinking about all week since I asked.
Well, it's one of two things, and it's actually I'm gonna tell you one that was kind of too similar to Brian's.
Okay.
But you know me, I love to help people.
Yeah.
I love getting involved with any way I can assist somebody, right?
Okay.
And I think a lot of people do. But do you ever run into people where it's like you feel like you're constantly having to give them a little bit of extra attention for something, but they're not doing anything to change it, and like they just become like a kind of like an
what's
energy
that
suck.
like?
You know what I mean?
Fucking Christ! I've been doing a podcast for 4 years.
Yeah. Okay.
A
Well.
walking Jack Daniels bottle.
Well. I don't know, man. I've had bad versions of
Have
that.
you ever
Though.
ran into somebody who doesn't want to help? No.
No, not that they don't want help, but they're constantly like,
Yeah, fucking hell.
they're making it clear that they need help.
Right.
And you're all you want to be you want to make that person better. You want to help them, and they just continually take and take and take and take, and then like suddenly it's like, I gotta kind of cut this person out.
Right.
So I asked. There's a guy who runs my jujitsu school. His name's Tim Hart. He's the fucking man, and he's the best at helping people in anything they need. It's crazy to watch. So I asked him, like, hey man, when do you cut them off? Because that's pretty painful. It's like a weird mini breakup thing when like you either cut someone off or you like make it clear that like I think you're fucking up, and then they take it the wrong way, they cut themselves off, that kind of thing. Anyway, he said that like you have people that you are going to take care of no matter what, right? And for these people, when you're overextending toward them and they're not meeting you halfway, and he said the second that you feel like they're taking you away from your core people, your inner circle,
Right.
your family and friends
Sure.
and stuff like that. And I guess I would include your money too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is
Yeah,
great
because
advice.
This is extremely similar advice.
Solid. No.
But
it's
it involves like when there are situations where you should get involved with people and help, right?
Right.
So the second that they take you away, they put any distance
And
between
so it's
you
affecting any of those three
and
things.
your family, friends,
Sure.
or money, that's when you gotta be like, nah.
Yeah.
That was
You gotta get a
my best
chokehold on
advice.
it.
That was one of my best advice.
That's fantastic fucking advice.
Yeah.
Have you taken that advice?
Absolutely. I was actually asking for it. I was like, dude, I don't know what to do. I got some real pussies in my life, and they're making me feel sad.
I feel like that works. Like, I think that's when you're like helping other people. Like, I feel like I've like been there for other people that are kind of asking for too much, but
Yeah,
also
you're like helping a kid out of a well and he won't grab the bucket. It's like, all right, man, I tried,
Well, like I have a really hard time setting boundaries with people. Like, I just have my therapist once called it porous boundaries.
Really?
Poorest?
Porous.
Like a sponge.
Yeah, no, I get it. I thought you said porous.
Yeah, you have the
With a
worst
T on it.
boundaries.
It's really poor.
Like, it's really hard for people to take it's easy for people to take advantage of me, and I feel like people can like smell it on me. I just feel like it's
Oh, they absolutely can.
I walk in a room and it's like, yep, okay,
Yeah,
I
give
them
them
take
an
5
inch.
hours of her life every day, and it's just,
Oh man.
I think that's a good thing to remember. Like, if someone's taking you away from those three things, that's kind of what makes you who you are and what makes
or
your
yourself,
life yours.
or just yourself. Like obviously, like I have a family to support, so I like those are very clear for me.
Right.
But if it's a little bit more ambiguous, like you're in a
Which
committed
it is.
relationship, but no one's relying on you every day.
Right, exactly.
Okay, that gets a little bit cloudy. You're unattached and like really trying to do your own thing. It must be almost impossible, not almost impossible, but it seems like a real challenge to make those definitions in your life.
Well, it's harder because you're like, who's suffering if I give everything to this other person? Me. So I have
Right.
to value myself enough to know that it's okay
Whoa.
if I like to say like, oh, wait a minute, I can't give everything to this person. I have value. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like that type of thing.
So you've been struggling with that for a while now. Damn. Have you made any progress?
Sure.
Yeah. You didn't sound confident. You
Yeah.
sounded really confident a second ago when
No,
you were talking about
I
like.
feel like I've made a lot of progress.
Have you cut anybody out?
Of course. I'm Italian that way.
She just broke up. She just had a.
No, I'm not talking about the breakup.
No, I'm not talking about that. I just like
a person that's a
friendships. Yeah.
consistent, needs help. You're constantly giving yourself up.
Well, this industry is difficult because it's a lot of like, oh, I can't tell if this person's my friend or if they just like want something from me. And I feel like, okay, it's probably both. A lot of people like probably
Sure.
both.
Yeah.
And I think that's like a difficult thing that's hard to figure out.
I'm so cautious about that I'll turn down stuff because I'm like, nope, we're boys. I don't want that. Get it away from me,
Yeah.
And that's stupid.
That is,
You do have to find a balance.
yeah. Well, if you're not asking for it and someone's offering it, then you shouldn't.
Even still, I'm just like, no, dude, I don't even want the visual of me with my hand open, you know?
That's a tough one. You got to find the right balance, like you said. And you have to have the right balance between your guard up and letting people in, which is tough too, especially in this business and or life.
I feel like it's like a mind
They'll
fuck.
get in there. The snakes will get in the house.
Tell us more.
Yeah.
Family, friends. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, I've cut off family for less. You know what I mean? It's insane.
That's not surprising to me.
I mean, you have to. And
What-
it's like you've hit the limit with me and everyone else. Cut the shit. You go yank your head out of your ass and come back.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, dude, grow up. And I know it's like that raw kind of, well, some people emotion. It's like, okay, well, I was there for fucking 3 years, 3 or 4 years. I am getting specific about one case right now, but it's like, and this was family.
Yeah.
And fucking.
Well, what can you
hit
tell
my
us
point.
about it?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to go
Like
into
in
detail 'cause
general,
we're
yeah,
good
yeah.
now. But there was a almost 3 year gap where I avoided him like the fucking plague, like just done. And we worked it out, but it was to the point where it was like 2 years I was helping this kid, doing this, doing that, but just continuous circle of just going right back to being an asshole. And I'm like, what are you doing? And then, I said, fuck off. It was weird, which sucked because he's like one of the cousins that's like closest to my age. So I've known him. All right, obviously.
Yeah, as your boy.
I've known him like my whole life.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. And it was tough, but it's also like he understood. And the good thing was about it when he started coming back around. He got his shit together. He's working. He's doing well. That's when we started like, just bullshitting. And I could tell that he's like, yeah. And we're not a very emotional family, but it's like, what,
This is
like,
the most
dude,
personal I've ever heard you talk
dude,
ever.
do you know how, if I was talking to you and I was like, dude, you know how that,
Yeah, yeah.
that's a Philly apology. And
Yeah,
it's
right.
like, dude, I feel
My bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you're like helping him by not enabling him. I feel like it's sometimes
Yeah, it's-
helpful to cut someone. It's like for lack of like I'm helping my dog by like putting him outside when he barks because
Sure.
I'm training him. That sounds really bad, but like you're helping someone by not enabling them anymore.
And then if that dog keeps barking, cut its head off.
I mean, it's yeah.
Cut the dog's head off.
Like the fact that he understood, like, yeah, dude, I get it, and later kind of had like a moment with you shows that it was the right decision.
yeah.
I have two brothers I don't talk to.
Yeah.
Big wiggers.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Can you talk about it?
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much to talk about. They're just wigger, losers, drugs and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, pretty easy decision.
We have
actually.
a real wigger epidemic in Philly.
Yeah, dude.
bad.
Wiggers took out an entire generation of men with chin strap beards in
Late
Philadelphia.
90s, early 2000s. The
Dude.
wigger,
My God.
it was insane.
Honestly, dude, it felt like once the starter jackets hit, it
Dude.
wiped us out.
What saved you from that? Like, how come you guys came out and you're you?
Oh, that's weird.
I mean, I think I was at the age, I was old enough when that shit was hitting. It's like, I'll never do that. Never. I couldn't, it would feel weird doing it because I'd be like, I don't like this at all.
Because you were old enough to have the perspective on it,
Yeah, and at the same time, I was just like, you guys look like assholes. There's no way this lasts.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think if I saw any of them get girlfriends, though, I would have been like,
Damn, that would piss me off. They get hot girls.
yeah.
But in the
They
end,
did. Well, they did then.
That's
when
what I
you're
mean.
When you're in like 7th, 8th
Man.
grade, God damn.
That's a fucking blow.
Throwing the
That's-
fucking
Yeah.
the big jeans with the braided belt. Fuck.
I
Yes.
would have gone to the dance with anyone in middle school, but no one would, like anyone,
Yeah.
like even the smallest, shortest, this little kid Frankie with blonde, even him, even this kid Matthew that would eat the skin on his fingers and then go like this little Asian kid. I would have gone with Matthew Chu. I would have.
Why didn't you?
No one liked me.
Oh, no one liked you in school?
No.
Wait, why did you reference middle school? What about like the prom and shit?
7th and 8th grade is what you guys were talking about.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But yeah, the prom and shit, I didn't go with anyone either.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa. You must have been really annoying.
I didn't go to my prom.
I wasn't annoying. I was awkward.
Yeah.
And I went to a school. I was like the only white kid in my school. Like we didn't have gym. We had to take Afro-Caribbean dance instead of gym.
Wow, that sounds fun.
Whoa, what?
Whoa, how did you not end up a wigger?
Yeah. Dude.
I got a C-.
yeah. Dude.
It was taught by this lady, Mrs. Boyce, and there was like this Jamaican drum teacher, Mr. Tiba, that came to every class and he didn't speak and he played the drums. Like, it was fucking crazy.
Wait a minute.
awesome.
Wait, this is insane. So instead of playing dodgeball, you learned just
daggered.
to
For 9th grade, there was no gym
dance
class.
to the Lion King soundtrack.
There was no. He played the drums.
Oh, he bongoed up?
He played the drums, and he also had one of these things. The like
A Game Boy?
No. What are these called? What are these called? No. The musical instruments. Paul, help! Paul.
Describe it more.
No, the little instruments, and you can make them with bobby pins that go dee-dee-dee-dee-dee, and like you do
kalimba.
this. Yeah, is it a
Yeah.
kalimba?
I think it's a kalimba.
So he had a bunch of instruments like that. So basically, there were. I swear on my life, in 9th grade, it was the first year of the school. Bard High School, Early College, Queens, class of 2012. I'm not making this up. Okay. The first year of the school, it was 9th grade. It was a school in Elmhurst, Queens. We had no gym class. We only had Afro-Caribbean dance
Why
class.
did you have that?
I don't know.
Was it like an alternative school?
Yes.
You
It
get
was
a
like
seashell
you get
in math?
college credits for like underprivileged kids kind of
Ah,
thing.
right.
So
Were your parents poor? What was?
Yeah,
Why
shout
how'd
out
you end up
poor
there?
parents.
because it was like a good school because you get college credits.
Okay.
But
So this was a
also-
good.
But
problem.
also no. So then, so this is the class. Miss Boyce taught the class. Mr. Tiba came in, played the drums, and had all his instruments. You had to do all these classes. You had to do, like across the floor. You had to do the machete cutting dance. I'm not making this up. You had to do the machete cutting
I
dance.
hope you
across
are.
the
That would be
floor.
so sick.
It would be so
That would be
racist
great.
if I was making this up, but it was real.
Yeah, we had a watermelon eating class. I'm telling you, this is real, Brian.
They teach you to
I went
hang
to
out in
black
front of a
school.
bodega,
I'm
buy
literally.
Lucy's.
The reason I'm telling you the specifics is so you know that I'm not just like a raging racist. This is literally this is what I had. This is 9th grade. And then you go, and everyone's just, I got a C minus. She hated me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so nobody,
What was your final? You just did like the robot?
no, we had like final. That's not Afro-Caribbean dance.
What? It wasn't my school.
He always wore sunglasses, Mr. Tiba, and he never spoke a
You
word.
have to.
He never
Was he
spoke a
white?
word.
What was his-
No, he was not white. He was Jamaican. No one was white, Brian.
What was his jewelry game like?
I don't remember.
Probably swanging chains every day.
Yeah, did he go turtleneck with the chain over? He strikes me as a turtleneck.
He
chain
was-
Did he
guy.
have skinny dreads?
Our school was only in that building for 1 year, and then it moved to Long Island City.
Whoa!
Are
it
you
had to
from Queens?
Your school had to get a new apartment.
You got kicked
I
out.
hate my life.
Now I think you're making a racist joke, dude. Your school got kicked out of its apartment.
We only had 2 grades the first year. We only had 9th and 11th grade.
Wait, 9th and 11th? They're like, we don't need that 10.
Damn,
Well,
dude.
they didn't call it 11th grade. They called it you were 9th, 10th, then year 1 and year 2.
How many
Whoa.
kids were in your class?
Like 200
Oh,
per
really?
grade. Yeah.
Damn.
Wow, that's crazy.
So then when we finally moved to the other building in Long Island City, go drive past it. It's in the same building as DeVry and LaGuardia. It says it on it, okay? We went off the 33rd Street stop. Then we finally go there. Then we do get gym class.
Like regular, traditional.
Well, it's not in a gym. It's just in a room. It's like a conference room.
Shooting dice.
God, really? Whoa!
I hate my life. Okay, then
Everyone has to move the big table out of the way to start gym class.
our gym teacher had a PhD in philosophy.
This this
you
school
liked
was
athletics?
a scam.
The school
This sounds more
This sounds a lot like the schools.
like River Phoenix went
No,
to.
it was, and then I was all like, oh, and he also taught philosophy 101. I started the philosophy club in my school because
Hell yeah. Party time.
I was like, I
was
love.
trying to get a boyfriend.
I was like, I love Camus, and so
Were you deep? Were you like, I'm
I was
so deep?
I was like, I love Dostoevsky.
Oh.
Whoa!
Yeah. It was bad. Anyway, so I was like, I love the philosophy teacher. So I was like, I want to read your dissertation. So then he gave it to me, and it was about violence in sports.
Violence in sports? What? Oh, okay. So
So it was so boring. I didn't read
then
it.
you lost interest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Violence in sports is pretty awesome, though.
So
I'd like to get a copy of that if you can get it.
What would have been a good topic for his
death.
dissertation?
What happens after you die?
leg
That's
drops
what I
in
wanted
NFL
to know.
Blitz for Nintendo 64.
What?
I said the dissertation on leg drops in NFL Blitz for Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
That would have been a cool thing to read.
So I hope. So yeah. So that was. So yeah, in high school, no, I didn't really wasn't like popular or anything.
Sure, but you weren't going to be. There was not an alternate reality where you were.
If anyone saw me do the machete cutting dance across the floor, they were never going to want to fuck me. You know what I mean?
Do you have video of that?
I do usually do it whenever I have a serious boyfriend. I'll usually tell them the story and do the
And
dance.
you'll do the dance?
Yeah.
Will you do the dance for your
Just
best
said
friend?
She saves it for her.
I save it for
boyfriend.
serious boyfriends.
Can you imagine how many views you would get if you did your machete dance? Your
That's
extremely
sick.
racist machete
That's
dance.
it's like the
Come on,
New
let's get some
Zealand-
numbers,
It's
dude. We need
liter-
clips.
It's not. It's literally where
You want the best advice?
I mean,
Make a good podcast.
Right.
Do your machete dance and tell us the story why you and Lewis
her
broke up.
name was Stephanie Boyce. The drummer was Mr. Tebow. Look it up online.
I believe the
this
story.
is real.
Oh no! We believe you. We're saying you should do the dance for views.
Do the dance.
Your pod will blow up.
Do the
You
machete
your-
dance while explaining what happened with Lewis. You have the #1 podcast on Gas Digital
Easily.
next week.
I'm not on Gas Digital.
Even better. You have a better podcast than anything on Gas Digital.
That's true. I already do. But here's the thing.
Do your haka.
The point of all of this was it wasn't because I was annoying that I didn't have anyone to go to prom with.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It was because I was out of place.
You're a minority.
I was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
She was dancing like one.
And that's why I love being part of this world, Animal Crossing, where I'm at home and I'm with my friends and I fit in and I have a community. You
Yeah.
know? And I don't have to
Whoa.
worry about.
Whoa, I
don't
think my wife was a social misfit when she was younger, too.
I don't have to worry. I don't have to worry about it. Does she like RuPaul's Drag Race too? I don't have to worry about anything.
Oh, my God. All right. Now it makes sense why I don't like Animal Crossing. It's for...
Because you fit in.
Because
You're so perfect.
No, but
you
it's
were a
different
jock.
for boys.
You're popular.
Come on, man. Don't embarrass yourself, dude. I was a fat autist, all right? I am still a fat autist, okay? I don't have fucking friends. But Animal Crossing is for girls that were social misfits.
Okay.
That makes sense.
You feel good getting that all out?
What are you talking about?
What do you mean? What am I talking about?
What are you talking about?
Never mind.
Yeah, it felt great. I really wanted to tell everyone about my high school.
This is a great story.
Thank you.
Imagine if you took it over the top right now. Machete dance.
On the table.
Oh, no,
There were a
you're gonna
lot
get
of
in
other.
trouble.
There were some dances that were like lying down on the floor, exercises.
It was the lady part of daggering where you put your legs up and you twerk into the sky.
It was crazy.
Is that pretty close to what it was?
No,
Nah.
I don't. I really don't remember anything else about this other than the trauma.
Wow.
That's wild.
Imagine someone reaches out to me from my high school and goes, "You're completely insane. None of this happened, and we're sorry."
That's what I said.
From your
I was like, dude,
all-white
that'd be
high school.
So funny. If you just made that up, I'd be like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And dude, it doesn't take much to convince guys from Philly. I'll be like, dude, that
Yeah.
sounded like it
Yeah.
happened.
Actually, if you told me your uncle was a cop and he would back you up, I'd be like, okay, I believe you.
Yeah, dude.
What was your
Back
high
up.
school like? Do you have any minorities?
Yeah, we had a fucking dude. We had one high school closed down because of budget, and it got sent over to us.
no.
And, dude, we were already like
Oh,
400 in
no.
class. Dude, it was horrible.
Philly's still segregated, or it might not be anymore. But when we were kids, Philly was still 100% segregated.
I need to put these down.
unofficially. So you were at a white school, and the white
Pretty
school
much.
got integrated.
Yeah,
Oh
because
my
our
God.
budget got cut so bad because it was like everybody was feeling it, but like we got crushed.
They're from
like,
the
yeah,
wrong side of the
let
creek.
Dude, they're on the wrong side of the creek. They came over. Our football team got worse somehow. Basketball team killed it. Oddly enough, because of the whites.
How'd your bobsledding team do?
Pretty good.
Surprisingly good.
Were you on a bobsledding team?
No, I wish.
Was that a joke?
Yeah, we didn't have that.
Sorry.
Was it?
Traditional.
Sorry.
I just was being
I'm
optimistic.
sorry I was silly on your
You're
podcast.
so silly.
It's so rude of me.
Were you good in gym class?
Oh, come on.
I don't know. I feel like gym class or our
I
people
crushed.
was just mostly roughhousing.
Yeah, we just owned it. We were like, we're playing 2-man wiffle ball.
You guys had locker rooms?
Yeah.
In high school, I did.
Wow.
We had
Pretty disgusting.
There were so when I was like a freshman, there were seniors in my high school who did backyard wrestling in the locker rooms, like full on, almost high production matches with like a referee and everything, and it was unbelievably good. It was like, whoa, these dudes are taking big bumps, like going off of like the lockers and hitting the floor flat on their backs. They knew what they were doing. It was very cool.
Damn, off the top of the lockers.
Off the top, they would.
Did you have the doubles?
You have the bench in front of the
cage?
lockers. Yeah,
Yep.
you have the bench in front of the lockers.
Oh,
They
yeah.
would be like pressed against the locker and then like suplex off the bench. And dude, the way these guys hit the floor, I was like, these are the coolest guys who have ever lived.
Yeah, those dudes run the shit.
Yeah.
If they're doing that in the locker room after,
So can I ask you guys a question? And it's not a sequitur at all. That you guys are both in relationships with cool girls. I've met your wife. She's really cool and
She's the best.
sweet. Yeah, she's really awesome. She's pretty, she's cute, she's cool. Haven't met your girlfriend, but I know she's cool. What is going on? Because I know you're not New York comics, so it makes sense that there's something different. But usually New York comics, they're not in functional relationships. They don't have cool girlfriends or wives. So what's happening? What's the secret?
Philly girls.
Yeah,
If you can tame one.
It's not a Philly. No, really. Let me get an answer that's like, we can actually take and have some.
I don't know. I don't want to shit on how anyone lives. you know what I
Don't
mean?
shit on anyone, but
No.
say the positive of what you're doing.
Oh, focusing on having a real life.
Yeah.
Instead of like living to do comedy.
Yeah, and Kyla gradually got into comedy. People think she was always involved. She had nothing to do with
Yeah,
it.
she's a real person.
She literally, we did one thing we did the Peroni's thing for the bonfire. And then after that, McKeever started using her, and turns out she's one of the best actresses because she has no idea what she's
Look
doing.
at his face when he talks about her. He loves
Oh,
her.
absolutely. She's the best in the world, but it's hilarious to
Look at
think
his
about
face
her
when he
like,
talks
I
about
stink at this stuff.
Yeah,
Next
yeah.
thing you know, Rogan's and Tom Segura, they're watching it on their fucking podcast. Like, that blonde hair girl's really good.
Yeah. If she was a comedian, you would not be with her.
I don't know. I think it has to do with like confidence too in it because look at it like I've heard people be like, yeah, dude, fucking Bees is fucking gonna have his bitch running the show. And I was like, that's fine. Does that mean she goes out and just acts and does whatever makes money and I get to not do stand-up comedy? Yeah, sounds horrible.
Bonus.
Fucking nuts, dude. You know how good at games I would get? I'd crush this game. Probably day, 2, maybe.
Oh, dude, if you started staying home full time playing the Switch.
No, Animal
Wow.
Crossing.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Is that a
yeah.
challenge?
No. I can't, but that is the dream.
What do you feel like is like? I really don't want any shitting. Like I don't want you guys to shit on other relationships. I'm asking you what's like.
I'm not shitting
What?
on you.
No, I know. No, or like people. But what makes it? What's the secret to having like a positive, happy relationship with a cool girl?
Damn. I was gonna go hog, maybe, but that would be a silly answer. I should get something
Yeah.
serious. I don't know.
I like your attitude and like you're so supportive. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I make sure she knows she doesn't have to be involved with everything. She gets very self-conscious about it because she has no past with comedy, anything. She got thrown into it. And next thing you know, she's running, Ari's social media and everything. So it's like she's handled it very well considering. And when this all took place, which was over the lockdown.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like, if you look back at like what Kyla did for like McKeever and Shane, everybody, like that was very quick from her never being a part of any of this, and then into some of the biggest stuff
Yeah,
that we were
they're
doing.
playing a clip of her on Rogan.
Exactly. So it's like she doesn't get it either, but it's funny because she's like, "Oh my god, hi!" She just gets very excited.
Okay, I think I found a way to answer your question finally.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So whenever I talk to my friends in New York comedy about their problems, by the way, people love opening up to me, and I love that, and I love talking to people and helping people. I said this earlier, but whenever I see people like with like the same problems over and over again, it's like their problems are always comedy related and it's not like business, right? And then when you ask them about like things that are going well, it's always comedy related and usually business, and it's just like, okay, what else? You know what I mean?
Right.
Comedy problems.
So
Fuck
if
off.
you're not developing a rich life outside of all that shit, I mean, I don't know.
You have to.
What does it look like to try and develop your life outside of comedy? Like what does that look like? Like what does that mean to people? I think a lot of people don't even know where to begin with that or how to answer that question.
I had a wife and a kid before I started comedy.
So say that you're in comedy, you're single, right? I feel like a lot of people are in New York are workaholics, and they're just there.
And it's crazy because they're not making any money.
They're not making any money. They're just addicted to stage time, addicted to some weird.
I don't know, man. You got to get serious about a hobby.
I feel like a lot of people, it is the same problem over and over. Just like people aren't able to develop the life aspect in New York for some reason.
Yeah, well, it's also all right. So comedy's also a thing where you do have to kind of be that dedicated to. So it's like, are you willing to forego, growing a personal life for the X amount of years, and then you'll get to a point where you feel like you could support yourself, and now it's time to like, okay, catch my breath. But I don't think that point ever really comes. I think you're always just chasing something. But you can have a good head on your shoulders and still be dedicated and work hard and still get it figured out.
The good thing is there's a lot of ways to stay in the comedy. There's a ton of legs of it. You know what I mean? It's not like you just have to get on stage. I get that, obviously.
Right.
Plus, a lot
the
of
grind is mostly an illusion.
And 90% of the comics in New York are not from New York. So they come from a different background of a way of living too. And they have to get used to this. And they just think, fuck it, I'm here. I have to do stage time. And all the other shit takes a back seat.
I do feel like it is an illusion. Like a lot of people are just like pushing themselves and overworking themselves just to tell themselves that they did, but they're not getting paid for that. And it's not helping them as much as certain other things could be. Like, it's kind of like working out where like days off are as important as.
It's a long road to the middle.
Yeah.
My dad used to say that too. He's like, you'll see him on the long road to the middle.
Damn, dude, your dad fucking rules.
He's like, dude like that, you'll see him in the middle. Like, all right. That means I'll be there. He's like, damn right. You know,
Yeah, for a little
wise
bit.
up.
Yeah. No, you'll be in the middle for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's on the way, you know?
And a lot of people shoot for the middle.
Whoa.
I really feel like that's something that's missing, and not just in comedians in New York. Like everyone that I know in New York is just like a hardcore.
Yeah, okay. And then so like you start making you get some momentum in comedy, and now
Right.
you're hanging out with like these cool comedians all the time.
Right.
You don't want to have normal friends. What would you have to talk about with them? You know what I mean? So it like kind of the problem makes itself worse in a lot of cases.
Mm-hmm. They keep you sane. I recently ran into a friend I haven't seen in a while. It was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So good to see him. Bad reasons why he was home.
He knows why you're a fucking gay dork.
Yeah,
and
we
you
go
can talk,
right back
you know?
in and like it was 10 years ago.
Right.
You don't
I
miss a
feel like
beat
I
with a dude
like
this.
non-comedian friends. It's just the problem is your schedule is completely opposite.
yeah.
It's like there's never a time to.
Well, you talk when you can. You know what I mean? But you make an effort. You have to. It keeps you sane. Don't get me wrong. I love all my boys in comedy. That's a given. But you have to have that one or two or whatever, how many people outside of it, because they're not going to give a shit about who did well at the show last night. They're like, they don't give a fuck.
I always think about like when I was managing a coffee shop for like 4 or 5 years, and it was like it was my life. I really was like, I thought it was the most important thing in the world. I thought the fact that I was the manager and not just a barista was like, oh, I'm the manager at Variety. Like, oh, okay, what do? You're the barista. Okay, you know what I mean? I really thought it was like the biggest deal in the world. And my therapist was like, you know, when you leave, like no one gives a fuck, but also when you leave, no one gives a fuck. And like I
Right.
think about that a lot in the context of comedy. Like the world that you're in seems so big and so significant when you're in it, but like outside of that, like it's very small and it doesn't matter, and it's really hard to kind of get that perspective sometimes.
Well, one tip I have is just live completely outside of the industry and don't ever feel like you have a shot at it. And then you can just live like a normal guy.
Yeah, then you're killing it all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, exactly.
It's great.
Get a normal job. Fucking go to work. Watch the fucking game. Chill.
Yes.
Rake some leaves.
Well,
That sounds great.
One of the things that I do is I play Animal Crossing.
Can you actually go online with that? Can you play with other people?
Yeah, we visit each other's island. Oh my God. I just got an amazing idea. And I know you guys are looking at me like you agree that this is a good idea because you can read my mind. Your wife should come to my island.
Oh, yeah, of course. She's going to be furious that she's not already on it.
What happens if she comes to your
They
island?
got to like share apples or something.
Oh, could she fuck it up? Can MJ come in and just...
Oh, yeah. Can she?
There's no violence in
Not
this
would
game.
she? Can she?
Yeah, can she launch?
Technically, she could steal some turnips, but I don't. She wouldn't. She
MJ
wouldn't do
loves
that.
I don't know,
turnips.
man. She'll
turns up.
get you.
She turns up.
You can go.
MJ turns up.
Turns ups for turnips.
You gotta watch them girls.
I am really excited because I've been talking about this a lot, but I did my first like giveaway on Twitch,
Yeah.
and I gave away a Nintendo Switch Lite, and someone watching was like, "Oh, if you get an Animal Crossing tattoo, I'll donate another Switch."
I saw. Would you get a Tom Nook?
I got a Tom Nook
Where'd you get it?
on the back of my leg.
Oh, okay.
So this is my other Nintendo Switch Lite. I'm doing another giveaway March 20th at 12 p.m. Eastern on my channel.
How do you win?
You just
Just enter in.
watch the stream.
Can they see it?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
It's pretty exciting. So
That's awesome. I'm glad you're having a good time on Twitch.
I am, but I like worry because I really get invested into little universes as such.
Yeah, that's the best thing in the world.
What do you mean universe? Like the game?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, that's what you're supposed to be doing.
I know, but
When you have to create a character in a video game, do you make them look like you?
well, my character has pink hair and braids, but she does have like a similar sense of style to me. Do you make it look like you?
Every single time.
Really?
Yeah, and it's always been fun because I used to have like a big beard and blonde hair. Now I have like a mustache and like a kind of like a hockey hair situation. It's
Okay.
always fun to make a guy that looks like that in a video game. Just have him fucking running around in his underwear, smashing shit.
Do you make it look like you?
No.
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 What do you make it look
I
like?
play sports games and first-person shooters. I don't really stray outside of that. So my players, depends on the position.
What do you play?
My one dude, Doo-Wop Reynolds, he's not white.
What?
That's a running back I have for the Eagles. Doo-Wop Reynolds.
I do the
Pretty
same
good.
thing. I make ridiculous people
Yeah,
that I
it's-
want to exist in
Not
the world.
me. It's got to be me crushing everybody with a two-handed weapon.
I can name them all Natalie. It's Happy Island and Animal Crossing, Happy Farm and Stardew Valley.
I already play Stardew Valley as well.
It just started.
That's a charming little game.
I just like to. I like for my Nintendo to be an extension of my SSRIs.
Go on. You know?
I'm just messing around, you guys.
I like that. I'm sorry. I was trying to
Tim is-
encourage you to drag that out.
Tim is
Take it
such a
somewhere.
sweet, like, I can see why people confide in you, and I can see how you would get overwhelmed and, like, not set boundaries and go home to your wife and be like,
Yeah, get fried.
and she's like, it's okay. And you're like, and she's like, and you're like, and your kid is like, Dad.
You know
How
what she
is-
says to me? She
What?
goes, "You're doing great."
Oh,
Yeah, if we go out together, when I start feeling like a spaz, you know how I spaz out all the time?
Yeah.
What
You
is
know
that?
I'm a gigantic spaz?
Yes.
Every time I feel like I'm spazzing, I'll check in with her. I'll just give her a look and she'll go, "You're doing great."
oh my God.
Isn't that the best?
Oh.
Why did you and Lewis break up? Actually, don't use your words. Use machete dancing to tell the story of
Yeah,
your breakup
dude.
with Lewis.
Can we get a machete in here? Can you actually? Is there a video of that dance we watched? Not yours, obviously. I just wanted to see what.
Yeah, can we have
a
an
reference
example?
to this dance? Oh wow, you already had that
Oh, let's
queued
say,
up.
wow,
Wait,
wow.
were you in those silk shirts? They're sweet.
No, we were just. This
What
is
the
not
fuck?
how it goes. That's not how it goes. But okay, let's say we did not hold
Stop it.
anything. It's an across the floor dance, not like that. No,
This is the different cultures machete
Yeah, this is-
dance.
this is not
This
African.
is Mexico.
It sounds
Paul,
Irish.
that's not how it went
This
at
is
all.
Scottish, maybe.
These
Are
guys
you
are all
trying to
over the
infuriate
place.
me so I have no choice but to show you how it's done?
Yeah, yeah. Can we get another wrong example, please? All right, now we have 10 minutes to get this machete dance out of you.
Yeah, did we find the clip of the African South African one?
Could you
It's
could
an
tell
across
me
the
how to
floor
do it.
dance. There's no machetes in hand. It's more like across the floor. Your hands are kind of making the arches.
The
I don't
what?
know. I don't know what any of that meant. What do you
Dude.
mean an across the floor dance? Is that a
Have
kind of
if
dance?
anyone that's taken a dance class
That's it.
knows across the floor.
Is that it? Is this your school?
This is not African.
Yeah, it keeps going to Latino.
Stop it, Paul.
I don't think there is an African one. I think
Maybe it's like
Latino.
Haitian. You know, I could see Haitians doing a machete dance.
I get that. Yeah, Wyclef.
When you search machete dance, all that comes is mariachi dances.
Oh,
Type black people machete dance.
You hit that black so hard, dude. You're like, black people. It's like Jesus Christ, Timmy.
Tell Brian how to do the machete dance and see if he can recreate it just on your instructions.
okay. Stand up.
Stand up, Brian.
No,
Brian, please stand
there's
up.
not enough room in here.
It is an across the floor
I
dance.
need room. I don't know what this dance is, but I'm all in, dude.
Is that tobacco or weed?
Weed.
Cool.
Do you want some?
Sure. Thank you.
So
Wow.
I guess you guys really pushed me. You pushed me over the edge here.
Yeah.
And
That's where you gotta live.
I fell on my own machetes.
That's where
I
you gotta live,
stabbed
man.
myself holding my machetes
Do you think we would have pushed you like that if we weren't so close? Almost like family?
to my ex.
No, you're in the clear. You're never gonna fuck up. You're gonna backslide on this.
I love it. So yeah, I guess we should wrap up with something fun.
Maybe a dance. I don't.
What's more fun than dancing?
I don't know.
So
I love traditional folk Haitian dancing.
I've been getting into that as well.
Yeah. And-
traditional folk Haitian dancing. Vocational.
yeah,
Yeah,
Vocational.
with your high school Votech
yeah, we learned we learned machete dancing at Votech.
with wrenches.
we learned traditional Irish wrench dancing. It's just Donkey Kong.
Just go over the punch card machine.
Yeah.
Seems like you're doing good on Twitch, right? I don't know. I don't Twitch.
You're killing
Shut
it.
up,
You're
dude.
doing great.
I'm building up.
Keep going.
Let me give.
Yeah,
You're
start
giving
small.
away.
Start small.
You're giving away these. That's fun.
Yeah, you're giving away a thing some
Tim
people
doesn't
can't
even do that
afford.
shit. He comes on half naked and he
I
talks to
couldn't
these
afford that.
weirdos.
I think we have each we got mixed up and we got each other's Twitch streams. like I'm on there in like a fucking
Yeah.
robe with no shirt on.
Yeah, you're
and
fun
that's on
with
there
giving
giving
stuff
away
away.
video games.
It's like, dude,
What the
could you
hell's
imagine if
going
she had a
on?
coffee shop?
There was a
walked out in
mix-up.
a silk robe.
I should do that.
there was a mix up at Twitch HQ
mean,
and I got fucking her stream.
Sometimes I'm on the. Okay, I got to get out of here. Sometimes I'm on the. Woo, doggy. Okay. Sometimes I'm on the main screen and I'm like, oh, why does this girl have 3,000 views? I'm like, oh, her entire fake
Yeah.
tits are out. Anyway, where can people find you guys?
Go to timbutterly.com. I've got some live dates with my boys Mike Rainey and Colin Terrell. We're in Chicago this weekend. We'll be in we're doing a ton of shows. We're going to Buffalo, we're going to Indy, we got shows in Philly and Raleigh later this year. You can go to timbutterly.com to get tickets to any of those. Also twitch.tv/timbutterly and youtube.com/dabmeat. Thanks.
It's just at Brian6, and you can listen to your Fucked Up podcast with me and Shaner, Patreon as well. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff coming up. I have a monthly show called Going to Hell. The one's tonight, and then the next one, it's going to be monthly in Philly. The mandate's lifted. Come the fuck down there and get nuts. Tim will buy your ticket.
I am giving away a Nintendo Switch on my channel March 20th, 12 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be a blast. Twitch.tv/Natalie Cuomo. As always, check me out, youtube.com/Natalie Cuomo, Instagram at Natalie Cuomo _, Twitter as well. I love you guys. Stay tuned next week. Bye.
Thanks for listening to Help with Natalie Cuomo. Tune in next week for another episode. Find us on social media at Help with Natalie.